Hey YouTube, welcome back. I just wanted to give you a little update on my apple trees that I planted a couple months ago. If you haven't seen it yet, there's a video which is right here. I will also link it in the description below. It's a fun little video. I planted these trees a couple of months ago and they've been doing great. We do have all kinds of pests to deal with apples, but there's one huge pest. It's a very large pest. And it's not a super heavy problem here, but all you need is one deer to come through your orchard and they will just eat all of your new trees. And that's happened to me in the past. This orchard over here, which I planted about 7 or 8 years ago, started out as little teeny whips in the ground, and they're now 15-foot trees, and they've survived. They were hit pretty hard with deer in the beginning, but they did come back. So I'm not too worried, but I'm going to give you a quick little show and tell about what the deer have done to the apple trees here and what I do as a deterrent that might help you in your apple orchard or with your apple trees if you have a deer problem. So these are the apple trees that were planted just a couple months ago, and if you can see right here, when you have a little brown nub on the tip of your apple tree, I don't know what causes it to turn brown. I think it's like deer saliva or something, but that means a deer has been here. Here's another one right here. As you can see, like I said, the telltale brown tips. Deer. They go right for the tops, and they just eat the buds off of the ends of all the branches. So this is extremely sad. I knew that this was there was a threat that the deer were going to come through here. And they seemed to be okay a couple days ago, but I just went out of town for 2 days and came back, and it is clear that they just came right through. This could have just been one deer that did this in about 10 minutes. That's an apple tree. These trees here were planted 2 years ago, and they looked kind of like the ones I just showed you. They're now reaching up to the top wire. These guys have been hit by deer, and luckily they're a little more established and a little more hardy, and they can take some nibbles. The problem is these little guys down here, they're just little sticks. They're little whips. And that's the problem, is the new ones can't take the little nibbles because all they have are a few branches, a few little leaves. So here's what I do. I don't know if you've noticed on the wires up here what I have. You're probably seeing it. This right here is a sock filled with soap. And this is just an old tube sock with soap in it. And I noticed after hanging the socks with soap, there were fewer nibbles on these trees. Let's go inside and make some soap socks. All right, there's nothing complicated about this. You want to get some old, ratty tube socks. I heard that pantyhose work, which they do, but they tend to disintegrate in about a year or so, or less than a season. Tube socks last a long time. These are just old, stretched out socks. You want to get the most fragrant soap you can find. In North America, Lever or Irish Spring work well. Just want it real smelly, stinky, perfumey, fragrant soap. Clothespins. Take your soap. Now, I like to be frugal and cut the soap in half. You put that soap in that sock, and then you have a soap sock. And you do that for all the trees that you have. This box of 8 bars of soap costs $4.50, and I'm going to do 16 trees with it. So that's a pretty good deal for a year of deer deterrent. $4.50 and some old socks. So I'm growing my apple trees on wires, and I stick these on the wires, but you can also just hang this right in the tree. And if you have a big apple tree, you can hang multiple ones just on every branch. done. All right, my assistant here has soap socks and clothespins. And we are going to hang soap socks next to all of our apple trees. You ready? Yep. All right. All right, let's show them how it's done. One sock and one clothespin. Go right next to the tree. You're going to flip it over the wire. Now, the purpose of the soap sock is to deter the deer from coming near the trees, because deer don't like human smell, and soap smells like a human. So when they get close to the tree to take a nibble, they smell the soap and their little defense mechanism kicks in and they say, maybe there's some better eating somewhere else. I don't want to risk being near a person. They may still get brave and go right up and take a bite, but the overall scent of this orchard here now is going to smell like soap. And it's going to hopefully keep the deer away. So the other thing you can use, I hear, is bags of hair. Human hair works. But I think the human hair works because it smells like shampoo. And one, I think that scent washes off after a while. And two, I don't have that much hair. So I'm not going to use human hair. The other thing that works, I hear, is urine. And I could come out here every day and pee on all of my trees, but I don't think I have that much in me. Yeah. The thing about soap is it actually lasts for a long time. I hung that soap up there about 1.5 years ago, and there's still soap in all of those socks. So the soap does melt and drip down, but it stays smelly for over 1 year, which is awesome. Doing a good job. So hopefully this is a deterrent and the deer get a whiff of the soap and they go the other direction and they don't eat any more of these poor apple trees. And hopefully in a couple years they're a little more established and we have lots of apples growing on this hillside. Soap socks. Thanks for watching. The other good thing about using soap in your orchard is your trees will be left feeling clean, hydrated, and refreshed. So that's good.